What is up, my creative fellas? Welcome back again. You are here to learn my secrets to photo compositing, but you gotta follow some easy steps. Number one, you gotta watch till the end. Number two, you gotta practice enough. And number three, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hi again, everybody. Here we are inside of Photoshop, and the first technique that I use in almost many of my composites, especially when I'm trying to create some kind of retro vibes or vintage type of work, something that looks a little bit like vintage, is the glitch technique. I'm sure you've heard of glitch before, but I don't think if you've ever used it in your works. So today I'm going to show you how I do it and how you can do it efficiently without damaging your images. You need to create a clone stamp visible layer of your composite by hitting Ctrl Alt Shift E, which I have one right here. I've already created it, and after you've done that, you're going to duplicate this 2 times by hitting Ctrl J. So duplicate it 2 times, then double click on the right side of the first duplicate, and you will open up the blending options. Inside of the blending options, you're gonna see the channels, red, green, and blue channels. So turn off the red and hit OK. Open up the blending options for the second duplicate, and for this one you're gonna turn off the green and hit OK again. Now select the first one. With the help of the arrow keys on your keyboard, just move that to the side a little bit, move it to the left, and make sure your move tool is selected, by the way. Don't go too far. If you go too far with this one, it's gonna look crazy. So yeah, just about 2 or 3 taps with the left arrow key, then choose the second one and move this to the right side. 2 or 3 taps to the right side. So now if I put these two into one group, you're gonna see the effect. I'm gonna actually turn it on and off so you can clearly see what's going on. But here's the important part. I don't want the effect on me or on the model, so we need to remove it from the model. So just go ahead and choose the model and create a layer mask. It will remove the effect from the model, just like that. You only want the effect on the background, not on the model, especially on the face, because it will look like trash. And you can also play around with the opacity if you want to just have a weaker effect with this one. But I want to leave it to 100, and that's it for the first tip. Okay, and my second example, which is a Valentine's Day picture, is creating the bright light behind the subject. And you can clearly see that I have a very bright spot behind myself in this image. So this is what I always do. I always create some sort of backlight behind myself because I believe it helps a lot with the depth of the image. It separates me from the background, and it looks 100 times better. If you are into these kind of fantasy type of edits, this is a must thing you need to do. And I'm gonna show you how I do it. It's actually pretty simple. All you need to do is to fill up a layer with black and change the blend mode to color dodge, and then choose a white color and make sure that your opacity and flow are set to 100%. Grab your brush and increase the size to a decent size, and then dab once behind the model. Once you've done that, you're gonna decrease the fill. Do not decrease the opacity on this layer, just play around with the fill until it looks good. And after that, you are gonna create another layer beneath this color dodge layer, and then choose a fog brush or smoke brush, something similar to that, and start painting smoke behind your model. Just you can take your time and make it look as good as you want, but this is basically the idea. you want a bright spot and some kind of a fog or smoke to create that depth. And if you don't have or don't want to use any kind of smoke or fog, it's okay. You can do the same with the simple round brush. Make sure it's a soft round brush and paint gently. So my next tip is what I name as the halo effect. Do you see this little halo around this guy here? It is just some colors leaking out, and I think it's a really cool technique that I sometimes use in these type of composites, and it's really easy to create. All you need to do is to just grab all the layer and the adjustment layers and all of that together. Then you're gonna hit Ctrl J and duplicate it. Remember to grab everything together. Then hit Ctrl E to merge all those layers into one single layer, because then we're gonna blur it. So hit Ctrl E, then go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and blur it about like 60, 50, 70 pixels. It all depends on the quality of the image. But yeah, you want to blur it this much, then put it beneath the real layer, the original layer, and with the help of the move tool and your arrow keys on the keyboard, just move it to the side a little bit. Do you see that? And you can get the eraser tool and erase the extras, just like so. And remember that it needs to be a little bright, so you can apply levels to it and bring up the shadows to make it look a little brighter, to create that kind of halo effect. And that's as simple as that. So this is my other tip, which is the light leaks overlays. I always use a bunch of light leaks on my composites. In this folder you can see there are at least like 6-7 light leaks, which if I turn the group blend mode to normal, you're gonna be able to see all of them. Look at that, there's a mess. There are all these different light leaks with different colors that I applied to this image, and it is actually so good. Like you can see what a difference it makes when I use these light leaks. They just make the whole image pop, they look good, and they are kind of like my style. So if you are here to learn how to edit in my style, then this is a must. This is what you need to do, because I always use these no matter what type of work I'm doing. These are just like a game changer for me, and these actually the blending as well. So they are really cool things. Use them. Moving on to the next tip. Okay, my next tip on the list is dodging and burning. This one is actually really important, and I think it's the most important among all the other tips, because it actually makes a very huge difference. Take a look. If you know me, you know that I love to dodge and burn my skin a lot to some excessive point, because I believe it adds a lot to the image, as you can see yourself. So this is my advice to you. If you want to level up your game, if you want to level up your compositing game, whatever, if you're into retouching or stuff like that, work on your dodge and burn skills, because it's actually the most important. But if you are new to dodge and burning, if you don't know how to dodge and burn at all, or if you don't know how to dodge and burn properly, I have a dedicated video to dodging and burning, which I'm gonna link in the description. You can find it right there. Make sure to watch it all. I explained everything and went through the process to dodge and burn a whole image. So take this one into consideration. It does really matter. And that was it for today, guys. I hope you learned something new and helpful, and if you did, please consider smashing that like button and also subscribe to this channel, because it's gonna help me a lot to create more and more videos for you guys every week. And these were just the tip of my iceberg. Like, I've got so many other tips left for you guys to teach you, and I know they are gonna help you a lot in your career. If you are into photography or photo compositing or even Photoshop, or if you are a Photoshop nerd like me, these are all gonna be a treasure for you. So I hope to see you in my next episode.